Welcome back to the 10th episode of Inside the Huddle, the show where we take you beyond the lives and inside the game of Alcorn State's finest student athletes. I'm your host, Franklin Rogers, and each episode we're going to get up close and personal, talking sports, struggles, and the stories that make our athletes who they are, both on and off the field. Thank you for coming and joining me today.
How you doing? Appreciate you for having me.
Tell me who you are. Tell the people who you are, man, where you coming from, what sport you play.
My name is Charles Forrest. I'm from Huddle, Mississippi. I'm a senior here at Alcorn State University, and I run track and field.
Got it. So we got another senior, another track and field guy. We had one of our young ladies on last episode. She's also a senior, also graduating in the spring. Mm-hmm. So I'm kind of glad that we got some upperclassmen. I try to get a mix of all different types of people, but upperclassmen for sure. Mm-hmm. Just people that, you know. Have you been here all 4 years? I will say that.
No, I'm actually I'm a transfer from Oklahoma Community College. I got to Alcorn January 2024.
So January 24, that was last winter. So you haven't been here too long. Mm. So were you at Oklahoma the first 3 years?
I was there for a year and a half.
Year and a half. So you graduated high school
2021.
Okay, so did I. Graduated high school 21, went JUCO for?
I was JUCO for 2.5 years.
2.5. Yeah. Now you're here. Yeah. Okay, and Oklahoma is?
That's in Clarksdale, Mississippi.
Clarksdale, Mississippi, and you said you're from?
Winona, Mississippi.
So what's closer, Oklahoma or here?
Oklahoma was.
Yeah. Okay, so just tell me about being from Mississippi, because the last several shows I've had in-state or out-of-state guys, and then I had two people in the tennis team that were from out of the country. Mm-hmm. I try to bring on people that are kind of from out of state. I think I get a better glimpse of, you know, what it's like coming from here, coming from there, transfers. We got a couple of transfers, but you are my second person on the show from in-state. Mm-hmm. What does it mean that, you know, being from Mississippi, growing up, born and raised here, and then also getting to compete at the Division I level in-state as well? What does that mean to you?
It means a lot. I can represent my town, my city, my school, myself, my family, my friends. Mm-hmm. Just being a positive outlook for myself and the youth, and just showing them that, you know, it don't matter where you come from, what you've been through, you can succeed as long as you put your head down, keep faith, and you work for it and you earn it.
That's awesome, bro. What do you have to say to the young people? You know, the guys that are, whether they're just good athletes or they're track and field, that are from Mississippi, or guys that maybe are in JUCO trying to make it to the Division I level. What's your advice that, you know, hey, just stick it through, stick it out?
Yes, that's one of them. But the biggest thing is to listen to your coach. A lot of us, we hard-headed. We don't like to listen. We don't like to do what he says. Even we don't understand it. Honestly, that's been the biggest part of my success, is just listening to my coach and not questioning him and not being defiant. You know what I'm saying? Like being insubordinate, disrespectful, and none of that. Just do what he say, and the plan will work out.
Of course. I think that's a hard pill to swallow for a lot of athletes. Yeah. I think as athletes, you know, especially football player, track and field, you know, guys that kind of come up being the best player at their high school, being the top players in their county, region, state, we kind of get big-headed sometimes, and it's hard to have to sit and have another, you know, grown man, grown woman sit and tell us, hey, you have to sit the bench this game, or hey, I don't think you're quite there yet, especially because all of our lives we're used to being winners. And I think that's very important as well for out of you know, college, post-graduation, because at the end of the day, you know, sports don't last forever. You know, I'm going to have a job one day. I'm going to have probably a boss that I don't like telling me, you got to get this paper done, you got to get this report done. It's kind of the same thing as a coach that you don't really like, but it's authority. You got to do what he says. What do you feel like the vibe is between the players and the coach's relationship?
For the current team?
Yeah.
It's good.
Have you had the same coach since you got here?
I have.
Okay.
So since I've gotten to the Corn, it has been the same coach. And with me being one of our leaders, I set the president on what to do and what not to do. With that, if they don't see me doing it, then most of the time they're not going to do it. So what I do is I lead by example. Come to practice on time, do what he says, you know, work hard. And the people who are behind me are going to come up after me. They're going to follow that same suit.
Like I say, I mean, you kind of, you know, coach in a way as an upperclassman, someone who's done this before. Yeah. There are underclassmen that would rather just listen to their teammate than their coach. So, you know, if you got to be the messenger, you know, if you got to be the relayer of information, you know, just kind of get through to the younger guys, hey, this is the precedent that we got to set. This is the standard that I hold. How do you feel like that benefits the overall success for the team?
Well, with our coach, he always said that this is our team and that it runs the way we want it to run. So when he convey a message and the young guys may not understand what he fully saying,
Yeah.
I understand what he's saying. I know, and I can talk to a way that they can understand it.
Right.
So I can just transcend that message to them, and now everybody's on the same accord.
Yeah, bro, that's awesome you say that because it's, working with different coaches, having so many different coaches in my life, I think that all the coaches kind of say the same thing, but what coach words it the way that kind of just clicks in your brain. And I think that I've been fortunate to have enough in my career to have some pretty cool upperclassmen, guys that kind of took me under their wing and did what they supposed to do. So hopefully, you're doing that for the younger guys.
Right,
and
of course.
Going into the season. But just going kind of back to track and field, what initially drew you to say, hey, I want to be a track and field athlete?
Well, originally, my passion was football.
Okay.
I've always loved football since I was 5 years old. I had dreams and ambition of going to the league.
Of course.
My favorite team is the Steelers. I want to play wide receiver for them.
Oh, no way. Yeah, bro. I'm a Steelers fan, too.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah, bro. I'm from, that's crazy, bro, because I'm from Cincinnati,
Yeah.
but I've been a Steelers fan my whole life, so that's a conversation for another time, bro.
I was always a football guy.
Okay.
But I never played organized football. I was just,
You're just fast, good athlete.
Yeah, fast, athletic,
Yeah.
outdoor kid, just playing backyard football, tackle, mud, all that. But 8th grade, I actually started running track and field in middle school, and just from then, I just been doing that ever since.
So since 8th grade, so what was kind of the point in time where you knew you were like, wait a minute, I think I can run in college?
Since 8th grade, I've wanted to do it in college, but the initial kick for, hey, you can really do it now was my senior year. In track and field, is a thing called sub 50 in the 400. What that is running under 50 seconds in the 400. And when you do that, that puts you in a different class of high school. And it's like, okay, college coaches are kind of looking for this, and I just did it. So now I can really, turn up for real.
That sounds familiar because I had it was probably my junior year of high school. I think it was because it was 2020 COVID year. We had our track team broke the Kentucky high school state. I think it was for the 4x1, and they went to the New Balance National Relays, and it's where you get like the cool little backpacks they give you every year. Okay, so you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. And we had some dudes on our team that I think all 5 of them, even the alternate was just fast, but they all played football. So to the people that, and I guess this is kind of off topic, but to all the people that say, to all that are like, I'm super quick, what's the difference between like football speed, like running back speed, and track speed? Do you think all football players can just put on a pair of spikes and just go, and vice versa?
No, because football speed and track speed is really different, because with us, it's power, and you have to be technical with. Football, you know,
hit the hole and run.
Right, you know what I'm saying? So with us, it's technique based, it's grinding based. Everything you do matter. Your shin angles, your knee lift, how hard you're pushing out the blocks, everything. It's not just get the ball and go. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. Do you feel like you're a perfectionist in a way?
Yeah. In our terms, we actually call it that specialist. You have your 100-meter specialist, 200, 400. You feel
That's
whatever
all you do. That's
whatever
what you specialize in.
Well, yeah, basically whatever you do, that's your specialty, because that's what you do.
Okay. So I guess it's the meticulousness of having the shin angles and how high you're bringing your knees and how high you're running. Obviously, I'm not too educated on that subject, but how do you approach every day at practice as far as recovery, injury prevention, and then also post practice you got recovery, nutrition, sleep? How does all of that go into really being in such a specialized event?
Oh, well, because how you do anything is how you do everything. So,
I love that. Yeah.
With us, our sport is mental based, because when we win and when we lose, it's only you.
Yeah.
With football, basketball, when they take a loss, you can point the finger. With us, you can't.
Of course, yeah.
You go out there and lose, can't blame nobody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So having a strong mental capacity and just getting sleep, nutrition, doing your work, listening, making it very easy on yourself, because it's very easy for you to get turned off just because it's so mental already. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it always starts with just a good base, and you build on that foundation.
Yeah.
And with the way that we work is we have fall training, right? Then we have indoor. Then we have mid-season. Then we have end of the season. Each section is cater to that part of the section. So the workouts are different, nutrition is different. Everything is based on where you at in the season because that also matters.
Is the indoor and outdoor, are the tracks the same size?
No, see, indoor it's a 200-meter track and you have to run around it twice.
Okay.
Outdoor it's a 400-meter track and that's just one lap.
What's your favorite?
Outdoor.
Outdoor? And that's spring. That's second semester. That's outdoor.
Spring.
Okay, spring semester.
Yeah.
Okay, so going back to you saying, hey, this isn't individualized. If unlike other sports, if I lose, it's on me.
Yeah.
If I lose 100-meter, 200-meter, it's on me. Yes, track and field is a team sport, but at the end of the day, it's just you in that lane. How do you balance? Hey, this is just me. I'm the only one running. I got to put the team on my back, but you still are a part of a team.
Yeah.
How do you differentiate the individualism of the events, but also isn't it like every single person the points add up when you do events, and then that's how explain that to me. How does that work?
Yeah. So with our sport, you have a point system where it's 10, 8, 6, 2, then 0. And first place get 10, second place get 8, third place get 6, and then so forth and so forth.
Okay.
So the biggest thing that we look for is to get points, because the more points you have, your higher chances of winning the overall championship. Now, if that doesn't happen, then of course, you as an individual, you just want to make sure that you win your race. The team aspect.
So there's individual awards, there's team awards. It's two separate things. So
right,
you
because
individually have to get the points.
You can win. You can win your event, but your team can lose overall.
Still lose.
And you can lose your event, and your team can win overall.
So you really need everyone to place high for the points to stack.
Yes.
Gotcha. And is it the same for indoor and outdoor?
Yes.
Same point system?
Same point system.
Okay, I gotcha. What does a say it's indoor, because indoor's coming up first, right? Say you go to the January 16th, 17th, Vanderbilt Invitational. Is that indoor or outdoor?
That's indoor.
Okay, so indoor, that's what I thought. You walk in, you're in Nashville. Tell me kind of just what's going through your mind. What are you seeing opposed to just a normal SWAC out of track, out of conference game?
It's the same vibe, because at the end of the day, it's the same thing. Run, leave. What my preparation is per se is I have my music playing. Just locked in on what I'm doing. Before the race, you always like to get you a good warm up in, just so you can warm your body up. Stretch, dynamic drills. Get some block stars. Visualize your race. That helps a lot. It's certain marks that you have to hit, and you hit those times, then you're in a good spot. Like our coach, he'll be on the infield, and with me, since I do the 400, at the 200-meter mark, he'll let me know what my time is. Let me know if I need to push it or stay on pace or whatever I got to do. So it just depends on what the vibe is.
So as we're kind of rounding third and heading for home, the season is quickly approaching.
Yeah.
What are give me one short-term and one long-term athletic goal for this season?
Okay, so short-term goal would be competing at the meet on December 5th. We go to Bama.
Birmingham Southern Icebreaker.
Yeah. Okay. That's gonna be our first meet of the season. So the short-term goal there would just be compete in whatever race he put me in and win it. My long-term goal would be to become the SWAC and NCAA champion.
SWAC and NCAA, so that's in March. Middle of March.
Yeah, you got because you got the indoor and outdoor, so shooting for both of those.
And the indoor and outdoor it's not the same weekend, right? It's two separate parts of the year.
Yeah, because see, our conference championship that'll be first, and then after that it'll be the NCAA.
Okay.
And then in May it'll be the SWAC conference championship, but then in June it'll be the NCAA.
Okay,
so,
I understand. Yeah. So, I guess past that, you are going into your last season. Yeah. Do you have any aspirations beyond college athletically?
Yes, my goal is to run professionally.
That's awesome, bro. So as someone, obviously track and field is a little different, because you got the NBA, NFL, MLS, people kind of know, hey, I'm going pro in football, I'm going pro. What is being a quote unquote pro track runner? What does that look like?
Well, first
besides the Olympics, obviously.
Yeah. You will be signed to a shoe deal. Nike, Adidas, New Balances, whatever the case may be. They give you gear. They pay for your plans, your coach, your nutrition, all that good stuff. Now you can become pro, Without that, you're just going to be coming out of pocket for it.
Yeah.
And most of the times, we don't have that type of money. So
Right.
we want. So
But
I aim.
if you're winning, you're good enough.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
gonna pay
if you're winning,
regardless.
you feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
So the goal is to get signed. That way, the financial part I don't have to worry about, and I can just strictly focus on the run.
That alleviates a lot of stress, I bet.
Yeah.
What is what's your biggest inspiration? What or who is your biggest inspiration? Just it doesn't have to be in sports. I mean, it could be this person or something that motivates you to be a better athlete, or it could just be as I walk this earth day to day.
My biggest inspiration would have to be myself. I have big goals and big dreams, and I'm doing everything I can to achieve those. It's not up to anybody else to get me where I want to go. It's all up to me.
That's great. Yeah. That's a great mindset to have, especially in the sport of track and field. If you could, when you go to the Olympics one day, right? When you go to the Olympics one day, you visualize, you see yourself, whether you're in some crazy country or wherever the Olympics are held in the next 8 to 12 years.
They're going to be in LA.
Ooh, okay. So Olympics are coming up, and that's track is it's a summer event, right?
Yeah.
Track's a summer event. LA. What event would you want to run in the most?
400.
400?
Yeah.
That's tough, bro.
That quarter, man.
Yeah.
Quarter is my thing.
And that's how many laps around?
That's one.
One lap around. Oh, yeah. Okay. Because 4 laps is a mile. I always forget that.
Yeah, I'm not
So
a
it's just one lap. You got to let it all out.
See, that's the thing about the 400. It's not a full sprint, but it's not a jog either. You have to pace yourself. And that's the most difficult part about it, because if you go too slow, you're going to lose. But if you go too fast, you're going to lose. So you have to find a medium to where
just stay at it.
You're pushing it, but you're not stressing on it.
Yeah. So with times, and like you said, your coach is standing in the field, he's telling you, hey, keep this pace, speed up, slow down. Yeah. It's kind of like swimming in a way. Yeah. When you're keeping a time, seconds seem like minutes in the span of when every runner is a 10th, 20th, 30th second apart of each other. How do you kind of know, okay, I'm running 400 meter, this is how long I got to be at when I'm coming around the first bend, when I'm coming around the second bend. Like what's the math on that? How do you explain that to someone who doesn't run track at all?
So in indoor, they have the clock at the finish line. So with me, I have experience, and just with my knowledge and with my coaches, we come together to just try to give me a little game plan. So initially it's push out. Whatever you do, you push out the first 30 meters. Then after that, you hold it. You're not slowing down, but you're not speeding up neither. You're just keeping that same pace. And you'll come around the curve, because indoor you have bank hills. And they're also 200, so you got to run around it twice. So a bank hill, you start on top, you got to dip down, then you go back up. Oof, right. And so you do that. You come across the 200. Now I can peep the time for a quick second, but don't turn your head, because you'll mess around, trip, fall, do some super stuff. But look at the time, just see where I'm at with it, and then on the backstretch, that's the 100. That's where you got to give it whatever you got left. And that's why it's so fatiguing, so tiring, because you have to run it and then you have to give more even when you're tired. You feel me? So,
I feel it, bro. Yeah. I get that, man. We be running hills every day during the summer.
Yeah, like, see, that's the thing with our sport.
It's like
what other sports we do for punishment, that's what we do for practice. You feel me?
And that's why I've heard people say that, they're like track, people arguing, what sport is the hardest. Baseball players say, hitting a fastball, 100-mile-per-hour pitch, that's the hardest thing to do.
That is hard.
A quarterback throwing, a perfect pass in the window, but with track and field, it's like
physical.
You're just running. There's no rhyme or reason. Like, I hate to run.
It's the most physical demanding sport, because it's literally running, and that's the most physical thing you can do.
I think some of the best athletes are track and field runners.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's the most you can cross it with any sport. If you're a good track and field runner, you can be put in basketball court, football field, and you'll probably do all right.
There'd never be a time where we would do something. There'd never be a time where we would do y'all workout, but y'all would do our workouts for y'all conditioning. You feel what I'm saying? So,
yeah. Our strength and conditioning coach, Coach Gant, he does a great job with track work. I think that we are in tennis shoes on the track just as much as we're on cleats running on the field.
You feel what I'm saying?
So
like, y'all would come to the track,
training.
We would never put on no baseball cleats.
Nah, never.
You feel what I'm saying? So
I got that. Okay. Yeah. So, but I didn't know that until we kind of started. I'm like, all right, that is true. Like the stuff that you have to do if you show up for a meeting late or if you miss practice. It's like
Right.
that's your warm up. Like it's something you learn before you really start to get into the event.
Like y'all conditioning period is us all year round.
Yeah.
So it's like. You know,
Yeah, bro. Okay. So listen, as I close this, give me one thing. To all the people out here watching, what's one thing that not athletic related, not track related. What's one thing that people might be surprised to know about you that you don't really advertise that much? Fun fact, weird hobby, favorite food. Something weird though.
Something weird.
Day in the life. What's going through your head? Favorite song. Give me your favorite song.
Favorite song.
Song. 30 seconds before the gun goes off. What song you bumping before you get on that track?
I don't have a favorite song.
Artist.
But artist though, Big Boogie. I don't know Jeffrey.
All right.
I want to say Lil Yachty.
Lil Yachty, that's the three.
Yeah.
Bro, I appreciate you coming on today, man. Good luck to this season, dude. I hope to see you started off well. December 5th, Birmingham Southern Icebreaker in Birmingham, Alabama. And then as the season goes on, we got February 20th and 21st, SWAC Championships also coming back to Birmingham. And then whenever you win the SWAC, because that's obvious, you're going to compete for the NCAA Championships March 16th through 17th in Fayetteville, Arkansas. Yeah. Bro, best of luck to you, dude. Seriously, man, senior year coming up, bro. Give it all you got. Run as hard as you can. I'm your host, Franklin Rogers, and this concludes episode 10 of Inside the Huddle. We'll see y'all next week.